Last night, something happened in your home while you slept, and you probably missed it entirely. Maybe you caught a soft whimper drifting from the dog bed, or you noticed a paw paddling as though chasing something through deep water. You might have smiled, assumed it was nothing, and gone back to sleep. But what you witnessed in that quiet moment was something researchers have spent decades trying to understand, and what they have found reaches far deeper than most dog owners ever imagine. Your dog was not twitching randomly. Your dog was dreaming, and the science of what they dream about changes everything about how we understand this bond. Welcome to Hidden Paw Signals, the channel dedicated to the science and signals behind your dog's inner world. Before we dive in, take 1 second to subscribe now, because today we are walking directly into the sleeping mind of your dog. We are going to look at what happens neurologically during those twitching, whimpering, paddling moments, what your dog is most likely replaying, and why the content of their dreams tells us something profound about the relationship you share every single day. Dogs, like humans, cycle through distinct stages of sleep each night. They move from light sleep into slow wave sleep, and then finally into rapid eye movement sleep, the phase scientists call REM. It is during REM sleep that dreaming is believed to occur in both humans and most mammals studied so far. The evidence for dreaming in dogs is not based on guesswork. In a landmark series of experiments at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, neuroscientist Matthew Wilson demonstrated that mammals replay specific lived experiences during REM sleep with remarkable structural accuracy. While his initial work focused on rats navigating mazes, the same neural systems responsible for that replay exist in a far more sophisticated form inside the brain of every dog sleeping on your floor tonight. The structure of the brain most responsible for memory formation and replay is the hippocampus, and dogs possess a hippocampus that functions in ways strikingly parallel to the human version. During REM sleep, the hippocampus runs what sleep scientists describe as overnight memory consolidation, a process in which the events and emotions of the day are replayed, sorted, and strengthened based on their emotional significance. This is not a passive archive review, it is an active biological process, and its goal is to take what mattered and make it durable. What your dog dreams about, based on the architecture of how this process works, is almost certainly what mattered most to them that day. In research summarized by psychologist Stanley Coren, one of the most cited authorities on dog cognition and behavior, the content of dog dreams appears to be both breed-specific and experience-specific. Hunting dogs replay hunting sequences, herding breeds replay herding patterns, and dogs with strong emotional bonds to a specific person, which describes the overwhelming majority of household dogs, appear to replay interactions with that person above all else. In other words, if your dog spent the afternoon beside you on the couch, napping, playing, or simply being near you while you worked, the most neuroscientifically accurate prediction is that they are replaying exactly that in their sleep. The physical signs that accompany dreaming in dogs are visible to any attentive owner once you know what you are looking at. During REM sleep, a region of the brainstem called the pons sends signals that inhibit the large muscles of the body, a protective mechanism that prevents animals from physically acting out their dreams. In dogs, as in humans, this inhibition is sometimes incomplete. The result is the soft leg paddling, the ear flickers, the rapid eye movement beneath closed lids, the quiet whimpers or muffled vocalizations. In those moments, your dog is not simply resting, they are elsewhere, running through a field, sitting at your feet while you cook, or pressing into your side the way they do when they want to be close, and they are experiencing the emotional texture of it all.
One finding that surprises many people is the relationship between dog size and dream frequency. Smaller dogs enter a new dream cycle far more often than large breeds. A small terrier may begin a new dream every 10 to 15 minutes. A large breed may dream only once or twice over a 90-minute sleep cycle. However, across sizes and breeds, one element remains consistent. When the dog has a strong bond with a person, the person appears in their dreams with striking regularity. This pattern mirrors what sleep researchers observe in human subjects, where the most emotionally significant relationships consistently dominate dream content, regardless of how long those relationships have existed. There is a deeper layer to this worth sitting with. Sleep quality in dogs is profoundly shaped by their emotional environment during waking hours. Dogs living in stable, secure, predictable environments spend significantly more time in restorative REM sleep than dogs living under chronic stress or uncertainty. Anxious dogs cycle less smoothly between sleep stages, wake more frequently, and have truncated REM periods. This means that your consistency, your calm, and the emotional security you provide your dog does not only shape their behavior during the day, it shapes whether they can properly recover at night. You are influencing the quality of your dog's sleep and therefore the depth of their dreaming simply by how you show up for them. Before we continue, a brief but important note. Everything discussed in this video is general education drawn from published research into canine cognition and sleep science. It is not veterinary advice. If your dog appears to be having severely distressed sleep regularly, sleeps far more or far less than usual, or shows any sudden change in their sleep patterns, please consult a qualified local veterinarian. Sleep changes in dogs can sometimes indicate underlying health concerns, and a professional who knows your individual dog is the right person to evaluate that. Can dogs have nightmares? This is the question most people quietly want to ask, and the honest answer from the research is yes, they almost certainly can. Dogs that have experienced trauma, extreme stress, or a threatening environment show elevated distress markers during REM sleep. Their vocalizations are sharper, their body movements are more frantic, their awakening is more disoriented. If you observe what appears to be a very distressing dream, the natural impulse is to touch or shake your dog awake. Most sleep researchers suggest caution here. A dog woken suddenly from deep REM sleep can be disoriented for several seconds and, in rare cases involving fearful dogs, may react defensively before they are fully conscious. A calm, quiet voice from across the room is the gentler, safer approach. The dream lives of dogs also illuminate something that often goes underappreciated by even devoted owners: the critical importance of varied, meaningful daily experience. Because dogs consolidate and replay their days during sleep, a day that included genuine enrichment creates richer dream content than a day of monotonous confinement. A new trail, a training session, quality time with a familiar person, a puzzle toy that required real cognitive effort. These are not luxuries, they are inputs that shape both the waking brain and the sleeping one. The dog you send to sleep tonight is built from the day you gave them, and their dreams are, in a direct neurological sense, made from the experiences you provided. This understanding creates a kind of responsibility that extends past waking hours. When owners learn that their dog is likely replaying their shared experiences during sleep, something shifts. The quality of time you spend with your dog, the tone of your voice, the care you take in their daily life, all of it reaches into those quiet nighttime hours. The warmth of a brief play session, the calm of sitting together, the safety of a predictable routine, these are exactly the kinds of experiences that become dream material. You are contributing to your dog's inner world even when you think nothing significant is happening. There is something quietly staggering about what all of this implies for the bond between dogs and their people. Your dog does not carry abstract thoughts into sleep. They carry emotional memory, scent memory, tactile memory, the memory of your presence, your sound, your touch. They do not drift into generic rest. They drift into a curated replay of what their brain deemed most significant. And for dogs who are deeply bonded to a person, the research consistently points to the same conclusion. The person is what their brain chose to prioritize. The person is what gets replayed. You are woven into your dog's sleep in a way that is biological, measurable, and profound. Sleep researchers studying aging in dogs have also noted something worth knowing for anyone with an older companion. As dogs age, they often experience more disrupted sleep, more frequent waking, and shifts in their ability to reach and sustain REM sleep. The dream cycle that comes naturally in youth can become harder to achieve in old age, much as it does in humans. This means that an aging dog needs not just more rest, but better conditions for rest. A comfortable, quiet sleeping surface, a consistent temperature, and the absence of unnecessary stress during the evening hours are not small considerations. They are part of supporting the full inner life of a dog who has spent years replaying you in their dreams. As always, this video is educational in nature and is not a substitute for veterinary care. If anything you observe in your dog raises concern, whether related to sleep or any other behavior, please bring it to your local veterinarian. They have the knowledge and the direct relationship with your individual dog that no video can replace. Trust that resource when something does not feel right. If this changed how you will look at your dog tonight, please share it with one person who might never have thought about what is happening behind those twitching paws. And leave me a comment below. Have you ever watched your dog dream? What were they doing in that dream? I read every single comment. If you have not subscribed yet, please do that now so you do not miss what is coming next. The voice and visuals in this video were created using artificial intelligence. Thank you for watching Hidden Paw Signals. One detail from the neuroscience of sleep that connects directly to your nightly experience with your dog. The brain does not simply replay memories in sequence during REM sleep. It replays them in a reorganized, emotionally weighted order, prioritizing what mattered most. If your dog had an uneventful day, except for one meaningful interaction with you, that interaction will almost certainly anchor their dream content. This is not romantic projection. It is how memory consolidation works across mammalian brains, and it speaks to the disproportionate weight your dog places on time spent with you relative to everything else in their environment.